A son who killed his dad by repeatedly kicking him in the head was this week found guilty of murder. Neil Badrock admitted manslaughter over his brutal street attack on 51-year-old Neil Farrington. Witnesses described him kicking his father in an assault lasting a full 5 minutes. It only ended when police arrived and found Badrock still kicking his dad in the head. Badrock, 28 years old, accepted headbutting Mr. Farrington to the ground, then punching and kicking him. He claimed his father grabbed him by the throat as he lost his head, but never intended to kill or seriously harm his victim. However, a jury unanimously found him guilty of murder after 6 hours and 20 minutes of deliberation following a 4-day trial. Badrock of Kenbury Close, Kirby, covered his mouth with his hand when the verdict was returned. Members of his family sobbed in the public gallery at Liverpool Crown Court. He then slumped forward and bowed his head as Judge David Aubrey, QC, said, "There can be but one sentence, and that is a sentence of life imprisonment." The trial heard Badrock set upon his dad on Monday, May 17th last year, following a 10-hour pub crawl. Mr. Farrington suffered injuries including a broken skull and a brain injury, and after spending 5 weeks in a coma, died in hospital on June 21st. Prosecutors said the victim had gone to the Mainbrace pub in Kirby to try and calm his son down. This was after Badrock sent him texts about a man he had argued with at the pub. The trial heard Badrock was asked to leave the pub after arguing with his dad shortly after 11 p.m. Mr. Farrington then caught up with his son on Kirby Row, close to its junction with Whitfield Drive. It was there the court heard Mr. Farrington became embroiled in an altercation before pushing his son away and trying to walk away. A woman looking out a bedroom window said she saw Badrock turn his father around, then headbutt him to the ground, at which point she rang the police. The witness, who burst into tears when asked to relive the harrowing 999 call, described Badrock bashing Mr. Farrington's head on the pavement. She said she could hear the noise of the younger man lifting the older man's head up and banging it down onto the pavement before stamping on him. Prosecuting barrister Guy Gozum QC said, "Plainly, what Neil Badrock did to his father has nothing to do with self-defence. What he did was in one sense tragic, a son killing his father. It was, you may conclude, ferocious, brutal and totally unforgiving, going on as it did for such an extended period." The gym maintenance worker, who had no previous convictions, said his dad had advised him earlier to go home over a text message, but he didn't want to leave. He said after he was thrown out of the pub, he realised he'd had a ridiculous amount to drink and just wanted to go home and sleep it off. He said his dad, who appeared annoyed, grabbed him by the throat and pinned him against the wall, which left him struggling to breathe. The jury was shown photos taken after his arrest and showed marks on his neck, which he said were caused during the altercation. Badrock said he headbutted Mr. Farrington, but had no explanation for punching and kicking his dad. He told the jury he didn't realise what he was doing. Asked how he felt, Badrock said, "I feel sick. I have now lost a dad and it is devastating. It is devastating what I have done. I can't believe I have done that to my own dad." Judge Aubrey said Badrock will be sentenced this week and remanded him in custody.